this is my tool, the sander. And Bob first does this grinding on the pieces to take the film off. And then I do the sanding to put a uniform look to it. See, they all have it. I'm on this one, and I thought I had gotten it all off. I thought I had gotten it off, so I don't know what that's about. I'm going to try to get it off.
Carol Mickett and Bob Stackhouse have been working together as a collaborative team since 1999. They have most recently had a series of exhibitions down in Florida museums, and we were very lucky to lure them up here to work with us. They've been in residence for more months than they anticipated, putting this project together. And the sculpture and the structure that you're standing in now really references both the flooded forest in which it is located and the curving, sinuous river which it's situated next to.
Thank you all for coming, and actually you're doing exactly what we want you to do, to be in the sculpture and to walk through it and to look up at the ceiling of it and the curves and the shadows and how the sculpture relates to the trees and the landscaping, to the river, the A-frames, to the aquarium, the passageway, and the intricacies to all of the 4 bridges. So we designed this sculpture to have a conversation both with the park and with the river and the rest of the city.
It's sort of monotonous.
Although we were here for almost 6 months, we intended to be here for 3 months. But you remember the winter we had. And but while we were here, as Carol said, we worked with so many people, and as is the way we like to work, we like to come into a community and become part of that community. And this was really the optimum opportunity to do that.
I find it an honor to be the one chosen to work in collaboration with Bob and Stackhouse and Carol Mickett on this project, The Place in the Woods. To be a sculptor myself and to work with other sculptors who are being commissioned is always a great treat, because most sculptors, work in studios like other artists. Most artists work in studios, and at times it can be kind of isolating. But when you have somebody else working on somebody else's project, and you really do have to talk more, collaborate more, come up with different ideas. And one thing, there's always more than one way to reach a solution. And I guess that's one of the best things about collaborative works, is that it really shows that. So once again, it's an honor for me, and it was fun.
There's a couple of variables. One, the floor is not perfectly level flush, so you can't really get those perfectly plumbed and everything. 2, the rolling of the pieces. And 3, the bending of the brass in the welding. So there's three slight variables.
As long as it's not option number 4, which is designer screw up.
You know what? With a little bit of weld, nobody will ever know.
Bob and Carol called me early on. Actually, it was Bob that called me back in June of 09. Sorry. Bob called me in June of 09, and we first talked about this piece, and we talked on the phone for several months before I ever actually met them. They had to have a general contractor here in town to dig the footings, to help. You know, we couldn't erect or build the piece off-site, or they couldn't build it on-site, so we had to find a place off-site to build it. And then they hired me to help with the erection, dig the footings, just organize everything to make it a little simpler to get it from one place to another.
This is B5K.
So this is what the frames are being made out of. You want to pass it around?
Well, it's heavy. I don't know if I'm going to.
So all the frames are going to be made out of this, and then all the sticks are being made out of brass. And it will all be welded together and put in this place.
This long one right here probably weighs around 80 pounds.
Heavy. It's thick. It's an eighth of an inch thick wall, so it's structural. So they're thick and heavy. So because they're the frames and they hold everything up, so they got to be pretty strong.
This is extruded architectural bronze is what the 2x4s are made of. And we chose it for its durability and the fact that it sounded pretty good, you know, to say we're doing a 28-foot long bronze sculpture, you know. And but the thing about it too is that we get ourselves in trouble all the time because we find out nobody's really worked in bronze like this, and you know, it's kind of a beast to weld, to maintain, to prepare, to do that kind of thing too. But what it is, it's very durable, and it's not harmful to the environment. It's something that's going to grow. It's an organic material.
You want to do the lights?
That's nice. It's going to look more impressive at night, I think.
When all the lights are on?
I don't know if it's going to be this dark out there, though. You know, they have security lights on them. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see.
It's a metal material that is warm, and it will get warmer as the years go by, as the interaction happens within the piece. So it was something that we really chose as metal, permanent, bronze, kind of traditional sculptural material, and yet it's something that was going to be organic and change, and none of us really know what it's going to be like. I mean, we don't know the environmental factors that are going to patina it goes through its process in the next 5 to 10 years.
We also made this here, and I cannot thank, there's so many people here who made this sculpture possible, and even though, you know, we're the artists, but without this community, this wouldn't be here, and we hope that you really appreciate this.
We just, we're so thrilled that we can be part of the vision of this particular park on this riverfront in this town.